Bombshell. Mark Buss on One Woodbrook Place buyer. Is Brian Manning's company in conflict of interest collusion with CLF Liquidator? An analysis by Unwind TT. Port of Spain, Trinidad, September 5, 2025. While the government continues to pussyfoot with the removal of liquidator Mark Buyer, he is hastily moving to formalize disposal of valuable CL financial assets at hugely discounted prices to family, friends, and financiers of the previous People's National Movement (PNM) regime. Unwind TT understands that Buyer is heavily invested in seeking to sell off the commercial area of One Woodbrook Place to a company named Shining World Capital Management Company Limited. Shining World Capital Management Limited is a shell company registered in the British Virgin Islands. Buyer resides in BVI. And Grant Thornton, the liquidator firm at which Buyer is attached, also has a registered office in BVI. A further search by Unwind TT discovered that Shining World Capital Management Limited is also registered as a shell company in Trinidad and Tobago. According to the company's annual returns stamped August 11, 2025, the address of Shining World Capital Management Limited is listed as 48 Vista Park Townhouses, Alliang Street, Vistabella. The company has no employees. The sole shareholder is Brian Hayden Manning. His address is 48 Vista Park Townhouses, Alliang Street, Vistabella. The number of ordinary shares is given as 1. The directors are 1. Brian Hayden Manning of 48 Vista Park Townhouses, Alliang Street, Vistabella. 2. Hazel and Marie Manning of 48 Alliang Street, Vista Park, Vistabella. Company secretary is Hazel and Marie Manning. Brian Hayden Manning was minister in the Ministry of Finance in the previous Keith Rowley-led PNM government. Liquidator Mark Buyer reported to Manning when he was minister. Brian Hayden Manning is the prodigal son of Hazel and Marie Manning and former PNM Prime Minister Patrick Mervyn Manning, deceased. The plot thickens as a politically connected, peeved whistleblower has leaked information linking the award of a $25 million contract to refurbish the 6-story commercial building at OWP to the same company that is lined up to buy the very same prized CLF prime property. A meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 9th, between liquidator Buyer and the OWP management team to discuss the transaction to sell the $312 million valuated property for a reported $125 million. The whistleblower accused the liquidator of deliberately failing to rent the 6-story building. If the said building was rented out, OWP would have been profitable. But according to the whistleblower, profitability of OWP was counter to the desire of principals in the previous government to dissipate CLF assets, to facilitate massive fire sale discounts, to benefit their friends, family, and financiers. Liquidator Buyer is also trying desperately to close the sale of Trincity Mall at a hugely discounted price to a consortium of PNM financiers comprising beneficial individuals whose surnames are Aboud, Rahale, Haid, and Kalu. Whispers and circles monitoring the deal suggest that a former senior official in the Ministry of Finance has a $20 million interest in the sale of Trincity Mall. A valuation on the mall buildings alone in 2020 was assessed at $730 million. However, valuable prime adjoining lands have been tossed into a deal for a bargain price of just $505 million offered by the consortium of PNM financiers headed by John Aboud. Royal Bank, RCB, had turned down an application for a loan to purchase the mall at a robbery value after conducting its own due diligence. A loan application was subsequently submitted to state-owned First Citizens Bank, FCB, which unhesitatingly gave approval. There has been a major shakeup at FCB last month, with the group CEO sent on immediate leave. At a UNC public meeting on August 4th, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar warned FCB, Republic Bank Limited, RBL, and the Trinidad and Tobago Yexiam Bank to get their act together. The Prime Minister also had this to say on the sale of CLF assets. They raided Clico, a majority-run, and maybe then the only major, Afro-run company in TT. They partitioned it out for the 1%. They split it up into pieces and busy selling it out like they selling sweetie in a parlor. They want to sell Long Circular Mall. They want to sell Trincity Mall for peanuts for their 1% friends. Under my watch that will not happen. It's not going to happen.